What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and a break in the shocking case in Idaho where a bunch of college kids were removed from this planet while they slept. It was a bizarre case that saw twists and turns and all sorts of theories and truly captivating storylines. But at the end of the day, it really felt a lot like this was some sort of planned thing. Like it was some kind of attempt to pull it off, almost. So almost like a copycat of well, I can't think of his name, the campus guy, Ted Bundy or something like that. It was really bizarre. But now they have somebody in custody, and it's pretty interesting. Washington State, okay, so this person, I'm not sure what they're doing in the area. We're going to try to figure all this out. I'm going to try to cover this now that we have a suspect. But Washington State criminology graduate, who's 28 years old, is arrested by a SWAT team at 3 a.m. in Pocono Mountains for the incident that happened to the Idaho college students back in November. Now, many people thought the cops literally had no idea who this was. There he is. Looks like a proper psychopath to me. Also looks like Dennis from It's Always Sunny, who's also a psychopath. A criminal justice graduate has been arrested for the University of Ohio incident that was 6 weeks ago. I'm like dead set, 100% being honest. I thought they were never going to catch him. I really did. I thought that, it was like, wow, they have no evidence whatsoever. It's going to be really interesting to see how this guy ended up on their radar and how he ended up knowing these kids too, because he's 28. The other ones were 20 and 21. It would be unlikely that he'd be in their friend group. Kohlberger is being held for extradition in the criminal investigation based on an active arrest warrant, of course, for the incident. Sources say authorities knew who they were looking for and hunted the suspect down to Pennsylvania in the Pocono Mountains, more than 2,400 miles away from Idaho. It is understood that Kohlberger is a PhD student at Washington State University within the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology, and did not even attend the University of Idaho. According to the college website, Kohlberger attended the alum in Pullman, a 15-minute drive. Oh, okay. See this? So I don't read the articles ahead of time, so my reactions are authentic. So he was in the area. According to the college website, he attended the college in Pullman, a 15-minute drive from where the incident was. Wait, I thought he went to Washington State. He graduated DeSales University in Pennsylvania in May 2022 with a Master's of Arts in Criminal Justice. As part of his research, he posted an appeal to help on social media with his research, which was looking at how emotions and pathological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime. According to NBC News, a white Hyundai Elantra was towed from the home where the suspect was arrested. Interesting. Now, local cops have been hunting for that exact vehicle the past 2 weeks in connection with the event. So they saw the vehicle there. That's what they've been looking for. Perhaps they found a license plate along the way. He appeared in court in the morning with Moscow PD confirming that they will hold a press conference at 3 o'clock Central Time today. A spokesperson for the department declined to comment on the arrest. Authorities were left baffled by the event and having reportedly appealed to the public for help with the case. Reports from both the coroner and PD confirmed that each of the students had, well, I'm not going to get into the details. Was this, some sort of like rejection thing? They made fun of them. They were out at the bar or something like that. Right now, it seems like their paths never would have crossed. Police have found no evidence of any kind of extracurricular stuff on the girls, and they did have defensive wounds. What's crazy is, like, how do you... Nobody heard anything in the house? Initially, PD said that they thought all four had happened as they slept, with Goncalves' father saying that she had the worst injuries from the incidents, and all sorts of... Again, I'm not going to go into specifics. The chief of police at the Moscow Police Department himself admitted that investigators did not understand how the two surviving roommates, Bethany Funke and Dylan Mortensen, appeared to sleep through the entire incident. Well, maybe they had a bunch of drinks. Multiple people talked with the 911 dispatcher before a police officer even arrived at the location, authorities said in a previous statement. When they arrived at the scene, they found Kernodle and Chapin, who were in a relationship, on the bottom floor, with Mogan and Goncalves sharing a bed on the top floor. Authorities believe they were all, it happened between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning after enjoying a night out. Okay, so that's how you sleep through it. I mean, obviously. Now, what's interesting is you have this bar. They were at a club at 1:30 in the morning. Kaylee and Madison were out in Moscow hours before the incident. This is 1:30 a.m. It's pretty late to be at a bar. But here they are talking to some dude. Is that the guy? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Police in Idaho had combed through nearly 20,000 tips and questioned 300 people about the incident. Authorities are today clearing the property, but previously stated that they do not know how long it will take to clean up the property, adding it will be returned to the property manager when complete. Yeah, nobody's going to be renting that place. The update comes just days after Fry told KREM is investigators are still waiting for crime lab results from the evidence collected at the scene. I don't know. I mean, what a bizarre... It remains unclear if any DNA was retrieved at the scene early in the night. Newly released surveillance footage shows the two of the girls inside in the corner club bar at 1:32 chatting up with an unidentified man wearing a baseball cap minutes before they ran to pick up food. The girls were seen with their backs turned to the surveillance camera inside the bar, which appeared to be full of a mix of young and older adults. The leaked surveillance photo was posted by former FBI Jennifer Condaffer, who has dedicated her Twitter to the Idaho mystery. She said she obtained the photo once it was made public and posted online, discouraged leaking evidence in an unsolved mystery. Well, she was fine to get the likes and retweets, though. I don't really care in this case, obviously. Authorities say they had been previously spotted at a food truck at 1:40 a.m. before running to meet a ride home. They returned to the off-campus home at 1:56 a.m. at around the time they returned from a fraternity house, the other two. The other housemates got back 45 minutes earlier and were left unharmed. That's the real bizarre thing here. It's not like, so if the guy ran into two of them, right? Or all four of them, and they clowned him or something like that. Tried picking him up, clowned him, and he showed up later. But the four were not together. Now, speaking of the Daily Mail, in the aftermath, the man who drove them home said that the community is now losing faith in the Moscow Police Department to solve the incident. Most of us have very little faith in MPD. We can't tell if they're watching qualified investigators who have handled the situation or if they're completely at a loss and grasping for straws. Well, I mean, considering that there's no surveillance footage and they did find the guy. I mean, this is pretty clearly their guy. It's really, it's going to be interesting to see if this guy shows up in any of these photos. What happened was, so authorities narrowed their focus to the Idaho suspect after tracing ownership of a white car and DNA. Koberger's DNA had been matched to DNA recovered at the scene. So they got him with DNA. That's essentially what it was. I mean, all these kids seem like they were, normal kids. Sources identify man in connection, it's going to be interesting to see what even led to this. But I have a pretty high degree of confidence that this is the piece of garbage that did it. May he rot in prison forever or for a very short period of time for unrelated reasons, if found guilty. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. I'll definitely follow up on, we'll find out if you're interested in this case, let me know and I'll do a deeper dive into after the press conference later today. So if you are interested in it, make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you get notified the second I have a new breaking update.